I know that this YouTube trope has been done to death, but I've bought the cheapest smart #1 Brabus in the world. In the world. Now, this cost me, it's a 2023 car, so it's not been out for very long over in the UK. So how did I get such a cheap car? Well, obviously there has to be a few things wrong with it. Well, you've got a little ding there, little ding, a few scratches, little scratch there. Obviously the windscreen's not quite as transparent as it should be. If you notice, if you get the light just right, you can notice that that's flat. But apart from, obviously the bonnet's a little bit on the squashy side and the windscreen is a bit shafted. Got a little bit of damage up here. A few scratches, very, very slight dents. Slight imperfection there. Slight scratch, slight dent. Bit of a nasty dent there. Obviously these are all no longer plastic, so I can't change them. But that does mean there's a very good chance I can get the smart repair people to do it. So I push it from the back and redust it. I imagine this trim is probably just metal and pops off because that's slightly damaged there. But apart from that, oh, and well, these roof rails, I think, I'm not sure, I think they're metal. And annoyingly, the glass roof has got a small bit of damage in the far corner. And also annoyingly, I didn't notice, I mean obviously this is all flapping around. Bumper looks not bad, but yeah, it's got a little bit of damage there. I'm sure I can get it repaired or something. Something has gone through that. Something there. Yeah, the annoying part is the light. Don't even want to imagine how much they are. But it's got like 250 miles on the clock. And the inside is absolutely spotless. Obviously, apart from the shards of glass everywhere. Can you see in there? Yeah, it's very nice. It does mean I'm going to have to get new parts for the new car from Smart. Now, imagine you're probably thinking the exact same thing as I am. When you saw that, you thought somebody's gone up this car, head there, probably feet. Then that doesn't explain like the scratches down the side. So I'm thinking, I reckon it's probably maybe hit a push bike or something. And that was my convincing argument right up to the point when I opened this about 20 minutes ago. Started finding bits of rock. Now there's no way that has been through a wall. And walls generally don't float around this height. So now I'm wondering if it was kids throwing stuff off bridges. We've got bits of rock down there as well. Bits of rock in there. Yeah, so I've got a feeling it was scummy little kids throwing stuff off bridges. And that's a bit of shit, to be honest, if they've done that. You know, considering the how good a shot they were, they could have killed somebody if they'd gone through and hit somebody. And then looking at the focus, you fuck. That's better. There was glass on the seat, so there was obviously nobody sitting in it when it went through, which was lucky. But yeah, the actual interior, front and back, spotless. Just lots of bits I can't really fix. I'm not really a paint person, but it runs and drives. I've got 2 keys, so all I really need to do, apart from a little bit of glue, maybe on the headlight, is take all this stuff off, clip everything back into place, new windscreen, new bonnet, and that's drivable. Now, I don't mind driving around in a car that's got dents and stuff all over it. And all I have to do is just wait for a while until these start becoming available as parts, and then buy the odd panel that I need. When I was looking around it, there was one bit that absolutely freaked me out for a little bit, but then I was looking at this and then noticed that there's a big crack there. I'm thinking, oh shit, like the A-pillar's cracked, then we're absolutely fucked. This thing is, it was written off category S, and I think, no, that must be that, but that is actually just a plastic panel, so that's a bonus. The reason they wrote off category S is because that very slight dent in the top here. So we're going to have to see if we can get that pulled out. That's a shame. Yeah, it's not starting to rust properly yet, so I've saved it. It just needs one of those paint repair people to come and massage a few creases and throw a bit of paint on. I think it'll look alright. But I think the hardest part is obviously these days they connect everything to the windscreen, all the cameras and sensors and everything, and it's all tucked in behind bits of plastic, and even this tucked in behind that as well. I might just leave auto glass to that one and get them sorted out. I've already put the registration plate in the website, and it says, yeah, we can do that. I didn't know whether or not it was a good idea to take the windscreen out and leave it out whilst they pull that, but it should be okay. I've only got to cut it back and put those things on and pull it out slightly, thin layer of filler or something. Yeah, that's obviously actually getting parts for the new car might be a bit tricky, because I think they're using them all to actually make the cars. With that out of the way, I can start removing off this masonry. I have already contacted the smart dealer where it came from, because it's written on the bottom of the plate. Ask them if they can tell me anything about it, and also if they can give me the locking wheel nut keys, but I don't fancy my chances, to be honest. Looks like it might have been not bricks, but maybe roofing tiles or something. T20s hidden underneath the Brabus strip. Also clips into this main plastic panel as well. Okay, plastic panel clips into it. Underneath this plastic panel, another one. Sturdy. It's broken on that side, that's why it wasn't held on. Now, surprisingly, that seems okay, except for that side was slightly split. That's where it bolts through underneath that plastic part. That side's a little bit destroyed. I can always rebuild that with a bit of plastic. But these are supposed to all clip in into the front of that, because this is all loose. That's why that hasn't clipped in. Yeah, slightly scuffed as expected. And if we can retrieve the broken plastic, it might help me to rebuild it. Yeah, I mean, they purposely designed it to break, so you have to buy a new one. we can rebuild. There should be a screw on each side. Torx 20, keep that so we can plastic repair that. That needs to be on the back of that there. Right, there's another bit of plastic somewhere. Electrical connector. Again, actually that's not too bad. I can find that bit of plastic. That's actually a light, so I don't really want to have to replace that if I don't have to. So I can imagine that being very, very expensive. Okay, it should also be bolted on underneath there as well, but it's snapped off. Rescue all of the plastic. It seems like there's a plastic carrier part that goes on underneath the front there. That's obviously not in one bit. Actual chassis rails aren't damaged as far as I can see. Bit of plastic here. Yeah, it looks like that light should bolt under there in 3 places as well. So don't know how easy that's going to be once that's, if you're taking it out properly. You're going to have to reach up underneath with very small Torx drivers. Yeah, I think you're going to have very small hands. These are supposed to clip into the side of this bucket, but it's taking a shunt. All these have snapped as well. 2 of those are okay, one of the back's broken. And the side ones are connected to this central one. This central one is actually bolted down separately. I hope you're paying attention because you've got to tell me how this goes back together again. You might be able to plastic repair that one because it's still fairly solid even though it's broken all the way around. Strange. Now that looks like that could be front impact sensor. So it would be silly to disconnect it. Since the airbags are fine. What I'll also do while I'm here, take off the windscreen wipers. I obviously have to at some point move that so I can fit a new windscreen. I mean, the blades don't look particularly well. What with them being full of broken glass and bits of roof tile. The actual arms, a bit scuffed, but they seem okay. Yeah, looks fine. Secret sneaky one on the side as well. Well, they just pull off. Can't see any other fixings. Yeah, it looks like there's a plastic trim on the bottom of the windscreen that it pushes into. No, that seems damaged. Old Milwaukee eyes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the wiper motor mechanism. What it is just a bolt on each end, bolt on that end, bolt that's snapped off that end, and it pushes into like a little rubber grommet thing and it pulls out. But I took it out because that end's snapped off, and it's a very clean brake as well, so what I'll probably do is try and get it welded back on. Yeah, it's cast aluminium. The way they've done it is they've actually weakened the tabs, so it's not going to take much to actually break that. That's a bit of a shit house move, to be honest. If I can get that, I'm not really buying the whole thing just because of that, not a chance. Alright, the area down from there. Yeah, as you can see, this frame obviously should bolt up there somewhere. Don't really know, to be honest. And it's all a bit broken. That is a shame. But strangely, that one's been held in place okay. But it looks like it's clips into the bumper. Now hopefully I can repair those clips, because that's smashed as well. Again, it does seem very secure, so I imagine these headlights have been bloody expensive. I think we're probably done for the day. I think tomorrow we'll have the windscreen out. At least that gives us a chance to have a proper clean up. For a brand new car that looks like a spaceship, you'd expect a better view out the front. It's just a bit tricky. Hello, ciao. Hedge, like hedgehog.